Oh yeah, treetop woodworking here. It's Terry. Just to make a hang out another little while with you today, and I saw about my last video. The last 5, 6, 7 minutes got cut off, and I was in there showing off my wood and some cherry that had been given to me, some black walnut that I got, and other things, and talking about what I was planning on doing with it, and all that got cut out. Even some things that I was trying to explain about these too. And and the only reason I made some before, and it was all pine. This part and the handles too. And ain't nothing wrong with it. They're just as tough as anything. I don't think you could break them. They're pretty good. And if you're beating on something like that, you need a better hammer anyway. Uh, they're just made for doing wood projects or something like it. But anyway, the pine looks really good. I know this looks kind of rough. It ain't been cleaned up and oiled and waxed or nothing, but the pine really turns out good when you get it cleaned up. But the only reason I'm making these out of pine, like my other ones, is because I got tired of sitting around. I just wanted to get up and do some things, make some sawdust, because I really want to have some that the handles are oak or maybe maple. Maple would be really nice mixed with the black walnut I got in there for the hammer, the mallet heads. I think that's going to be really nice when I get to do that. And I'm going to want to make one for myself like that. But for now, these are just pine. I'm just showing you um, just a reference point to get you started. You don't have to have the same measurements, do what you want. I think my sides, like I was mentioning in the things here, this here was like 15 degrees. Anywhere between 10 and 15 would be fine. I think this was almost from bottom long ways, probably 7 3/4, somewhere around in there. And I think the last one I did was around 7. I wanted these to be just a little bit bulkier. It's 3.5 all the way around, 3.5 inches. Um, see, and other than that, like I said, I used a 15 degree on this, and it come out. I like that pretty good, and it comes in. I think maybe almost an inch and a half. I think an inch and a quarter to an inch and a half, anywhere in between there, looked pretty good. And don't know if it showed up. I can't remember if it showed up on my other video. We don't got to worry about this edge too much because we're going to cut that off too. And that's more like a 45 when we take that off. And these here, I don't know if I got it in there or not. I think that got cut out. Uh, what I did, of course, I put me a stop block up and got my angle where I wanted it. I tested and tested 20, 30 times. It took me to get to where I like it because my setup is not exactly accurate. It takes me a minute. But once I got it where I wanted, I kept moving it over and moving it over. And I'd put me a pair of vice grips, locked them in here on my stop block. That way they was right here every time. And I just slid it through this way. And I'd hold it with my hand, up here. So there was no danger in it. And you can hold it. And plus up again, you stop block too. But I just wanted to show you that. And I wish the end of that video hadn't got cut out the way it did. I kind of left without saying thank you or nothing. But I did write it in the comments down below, though. It's my own fault. I deleted it some way, edited it out. I don't know how. It's been the last thing I was putting on there. I wasn't watching what I was doing. Getting old. See, well, now, next thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to try to get my handles cut out today. Well, not exactly. I'm going to get this angle cut off here first on these. Then I'm going to cut my handles out. And what I'll do, I'll cut my handles out and put them, they'll be like an inch and a half square. And I'll put them on the wood lathe and round them off. And wasn't so much trouble. I'd bring the router out here, but I don't know if I have that much time. I can put them on the wood lathe and turn them down pretty fast. But you can do the same thing on a router table, round them off anyway. But on a lathe, you can get the handle down so far, and then you can turn the other part down so far, and then the part that goes in the mallet head, you turn that down so far too. I usually go from an inch and a half to an inch and a quarter down to an inch. And that's my 3 different things. It's an inch that goes inside the mallet head itself. But we'll get this angle set up here and get the cutting. If I can leave that coffee cup alone, we'll get this angle up here and sit and cut the angles off of the mallet heads, and I'll be right back with you. Be right back after these important messages. Yeah, more meat and potatoes. That's got all them. I'll have to drill my center hose sometime, but while it's pretty, I can do that in there while it's pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and cut my mallet handles today. Let's see, I'm gonna need 10 of them. And then there were none. And again, I thank y'all for watching and maybe drinking a cup of coffee with me. But sure glad the sun came out today. They're giving a Arctic front to come through about Sunday, Monday. It's gonna be cold. Maybe an inch to 2 inches of snow here in southeast Kentucky. And my angles didn't come out perfect. They come out pretty good on this one, but this other one they didn't. My tabletop, my inset here is it ain't right. It's below the top of the table. It ain't hardly thick enough. It didn't quite do it right. You put it on there and it leans just enough to mess you up a little bit. I'm gonna have to do something about that. I don't know if all the Ryobis are like that or this one was just beat up like that. I might be able to bend it a little bit from the bottom, straighten it up. I don't know. Don't know. If y'all have any experience with Ryobi table saws. Other than that, it's a good saw, except I couldn't get it to go to 45 a minute ago. And I don't know why. I took my riding knife off and figured I might be hitting it, but it wasn't that. I don't know what was stopping it. So I only cut them. There was like I'd say a 40 is what there was. I liked a little bit making it to 45. I don't know what was holding it off. But anyway, get this set around here. Yeah. Zero it out there. Let's see what we got. Oh, I hit the button. Doggone it. Just shut it off and reset it. Zeroed out. And like I say, I'm going down to about an inch and a half with these. Figure out my best options here. Sure ain't got no nails either. We'll give her a whirl this way. I set it on about, look like inch and 9/16, maybe just a little over. And you can set it inch and 5/8, what you wanted to do. Up to an inch and a quarter, you wouldn't want to do no more than that because it'd take all your board. And you wouldn't have none to play with if you have bad pieces. But I'm going to go with inch and 9/16, I think. Now to give me my inch and a half, I'll have for the bottom right here, inch and a quarter here, and I got an inch inside here. See how long my handles end up being too. And see, my handles End up cutting them extra length too. We'll go from right there to there's about 19. I think I cut mine about 22. That way I can put them on my lathe and have a little bit to cut off and work with if I have to. And I got a little bit, you always have some sticking at the end here. You got to cut off or sand down on the belt sander too. So about 22 inches is good for a handle. I wouldn't want one no longer. It's about perfect here. This is 19 what it come out to be. I better check this again. I didn't clamp that down. Better check it again. Measure a couple times and cut once. That's about where we want it. Well, I'm gonna get me one more drink of coffee and get to cutting here and go ahead and shut this mic off too. I don't think y'all want to hear this loud thing. Well, that gave me 10. I'll make sure thing's recording, I guess. So I'll get 2 out of each one. I got 5 here. That's all I needed was 10. and every one of them was 24 inches. So had to give me a couple inches to spare. So yeah, now I need to rip these down to a little over 1.5 inches. That'll be good too. Put this over here so I don't get corn fused with it. Let's see, it should still be 1.5 inches basically. Let's see what I got out of there. Just a hair over. And give me just a little more to play with on this. That's a good 1.9/16 there. Maybe closer to 5/8. We got plenty to spare. Well, if I got a bad edge, I can get rid of it, although it gets cut off anyway. This is gonna be cut right in the middle of the knot, look like. What does it look like? Go over it that way. Oh, fire. Oh, yeah. So I better turn this thing off. Run the gizmo button. Oh, we got him here. Oh, an inch and a half. Yeah, I got plenty of room there to turn it down. Probably got almost a quarter of an inch extra. I go down an inch and a half, but I still sand some, of course, and then oil it, wax it. Sand and sand and sand. But they do turn out good. I could oil these again and wax them. I got a homemade wax made with beeswax and sunflower seed oil. And I use on my flutes too. Of course, I put the smelly stuff in there for them. You put peppermint oil. I'll watch them others. They really smell good too. I'm sure y'all know them all. But yeah, you can add a little bit of that in there with it too. But don't need no smelly stuff for these. Just but it's in there with it sometimes with the wax I use. But they really do shine up. I'll show you. I'll redo these sometimes. But I got pictures of these too. And I got my logo on them. Treetop there, but they kind of got full of sawdust too. But anyway, for now, I guess that's it for now. I'm sure glad y'all hung out with me a little while today. Get these done. Let's see. Next thing I gotta do is I gotta get set up to and this little one, I forgot about it. I didn't see it. And I can still kind of do it. I'm gonna have to find the center in it. I'm gonna have to drill some holes down through there for my mallet handle to go through. Well, actually, I've got it right there. That's good. I wonder if I got it in my other oddball. Where's it at? I don't know about this one. We'll see. No. This one might be a little harder. This is the one I cut down just a little space. Kind of looks cool with the shape of it. It'll be an oddball for sure. Yeah. Don't know which way I want to go down with it. Have it this way or have it standing that way with the thing coming up through it. Don't know. Probably look more to right this way, wouldn't it? Kind of funny that way. Side looks good though. Anyway, I have to get off here and get my thing set up. I'm going to have to move some stuff so I can get in there to it. At least I got to do a little bit today. But I sure appreciate y'all hanging out with me, liking and subscribing and commenting and sharing and all you do. I think it helps out the channel a whole lot and gives me something to look forward to too. Getting out here in the sunshine and doing a little bit when I can, it sure is nice. Especially today, I just got a shirt on, you know. I didn't know it was gonna get this warm today. It's getting ready to turn winter time. But I'll see y'all a little further down the road. And again, Happy New Year. I put that on the other part, but it got cut out there. Yeah, so hope y'all have a blessed year. And may the Lord be very near every one of you. I'll see you a little further down the trail.